Good morning, Lorne. It's a pleasure to have an opportunity to talk about cannabis with you this morning. I think for your viewers, it's important to recognize the situation that we are in as Manitoba in terms of our legislation. Clearly, the federal government is bringing forward the legalization of cannabis. It looks like an October 17th deadline. Certainly, as a government, we've been working forward to put the legislative framework in place with a view to protect Manitobans. And we recognize that we want to keep cannabis out of the hands of youth as much as we can. I think we are one of maybe only 2 jurisdictions that actually have raised the level of where you can purchase cannabis. Obviously, we're going to be 19 here versus 18 for alcohol. So that's certainly one measure that we've taken to try to keep cannabis out of the hands of youth. Certainly there's a lot of legislative framework that's been required. It's taken a lot of effort on our hands to attempt to get it all right, but we're continuing down that path, and again on the path of protecting consumers here in Manitoba.
Well, thank you, Minister. And Manitoba Real Estate Association has been supportive of your government's activities in terms of Bill 11 and the regulations coming forward. In particular, we support the zero tolerance for home growing. Everything that we know about that allowing home growing doesn't allow anybody to determine the size of the crop that's coming out of those plants and the impact that that can have on single family homes, both in terms of safety as well as health considerations. We also are aware that a large percentage of the most vulnerable of our citizens are renters. And those are people who with young families and seniors, and putting them in a position where they have to deal with the secondhand smoke resulting from use of and growing of cannabis in multifamily units and apartment blocks is not in a way of creating a safe environment for those people. So we support that. Our members really want to be able to tell their clients the history of the home that they are purchasing. As you know, most Manitobans, that's the largest single purchase that they're going to make in their lifetime. And it's important that they are aware that the purchase that they're making is for a home that is safe and healthy. And zero tolerance will give them that assurance.
Yes. Well, I appreciate your comments. And the federal legislation does allow us to make changes below the 4-plant threshold. And we just, at this point in time, we took what we feel was the best interest in terms of the safety of Manitobans. And I think you've hit the nail on the head. We want to make sure we're protecting our youth. We've heard questions from veterinarians in terms of animals ingesting cannabis as well. So there's certainly all kinds of concerns, certainly from the chiefs of police across Canada. They recognize the issue with enforcement of homegrown, and they also recognize that it could be just another avenue for the black market or the illicit market out there as well. So that's why we've taken the approach that we have for zero tolerance at homegrown.
Well, we're pleased to be a part of that and to support your government in that effort. I know our members are behind you 100%, Minister.
Well, I certainly appreciate that. Being a former realtor myself, I appreciate the good work that the realtors do and certainly that your association does. So thanks again for the opportunity to discuss this with you this morning.